I had pulled the front bumper off the Charger back in the spring when the weather was still cold and sent it to the body shop to fix the cracks and the scrapes and for a respray. Finally, after weeks of delays and excuses, it finally came back and it looks fantastic. The color match is perfect, the repairs are perfect, the clarity and texture, it's all perfect, and I'm thrilled with the job. The problem, though, with taking so long and getting the bumper back was trying to remember which fasteners go where and the reassembly order of the dozen or so parts that go behind the bumper. I was surprised by just how floppy the bumper is without those pieces supporting it. It took a couple hours to figure out what goes where and the order it goes in before I was able to start putting the parts back on. Most of the parts are held on with plastic retainers, with only a few bolts are used. But really, it's like a giant Lego set. Once reassembled, the bumper stiffens up and it took shape. It mounted to the car using some built-in guide pins, and really it's only held on with 2 bolts inside the fender well and 1 inside the engine bay. No alignment was needed either. Getting the fender liners back on took some finessing, and they're held on with what seems like a ton of plastic retainers. With the wheels on, I was finally able to pull the car out into the sun to check the fit and the color match of that bumper, and finally wash off the months of dirt and pollen and see exactly how the car looked with all the effort of buffing and polishing. I got that beautiful blue to shine again. Man, it looks good. And of course, one of the benefits of buffing also let me knock down so many of the scratches that are all over the car. Some I was able to reduce down to almost nothing, while others, well, they still need a touch-up pen to cover up. I tell you what, I love how this car came out. I think it's beautiful. I think it's stunning. I love the color. I love the condition of this. None of it was cheap. That front bumper, $580. Took 2 months to get it back from the body shop, forever. The Uconnect, $600. Paintless dent removal, $275. I got the little Pursuit hubcaps for $70. The special lug nuts for $35. There was a wheel speed sensor for $35 also. All in, I'm somewhere around, well, with my purchase price of $10,300. And remember, this has 100,000 miles on it. I'm all in around $12,100. Now, that was about the selling price that I saw of these cars when I first bid on this last October. I went to eBay, looked at the sold listings. There was plenty of 2015s with the same or similar miles. They were selling around the $12,000 mark. Now, they were the regular Pursuits. They didn't have the center console and the carpeting, and they weren't as nice. They were white. Condition wasn't as nice either. So I really have expectations that this should sell, I mean, a little more than $12,000. I don't know how much more, and that is the purpose of this video. We're going to go to CarMax. We're going to come up with a price, and it's going to be a benchmark. It's going to be a baseline. We're going to see what the current value is on these prices. Prices on cars are nuts right now, and I'm anxious to find out. Did this go up in value? Am I able to make a few bucks? We're going to find out. This trip to CarMax was a little different than my past visit in that they do not get in the car, they do not touch the inside of the car, they do not go for a test drive at all. They simply ask a bunch of questions: if there's dash lights on, what repairs are going on, if there's any body work. The folks inspecting the car over at CarMax, they spent a lot of time looking for structural damage. They were underneath, they were pulling the trunk mat out, they were looking at the little plastic push tabs that hold the fender wells in, seeing if they're matched or mismatched. They spent a lot of time, a lot of effort, and they had a lot of questions about different things in the trunk, different tape lines that they saw or that they think they saw that may allude to the fact that maybe the car was repainted or in a repair at one point. Their offer for this, now remember, I have 12.5 in it. Cars are extremely expensive right now. Their offer, you see that? $12,000. That's it, $12,000. They're saying they feel that there's maybe paint work that was done on the rockers, maybe paint work on the driver's rear door, on the trunk lid. They also listed this car as a 6-cylinder, a 3.6 liter, and I have no idea why they did that, and I just saw that, and obviously that needs to be corrected. I wonder if that would make a difference on the price. I would suspect it would. I don't know how much of a difference, though. Mileage they have is 100,942. So 101 basically. So that is it. Am I going to sell it at CarMax? No way. This is going to CarMax. More than likely, cars and bids. In fact, since it's all cleaned up, looking good, I'll take some pictures of it, submit it to car and bids, and see if they want to accept it and put it on their website. Maybe I can get a little more than 12,000, but at least this is a starting point. It's a benchmark, and I had to start somewhere. So thank you for the visit. Thanks for following along. Thanks for the trip and coming with me to CarMax, and I will see you on the next video.